Skinner West Cello class. It's Mr. Andrew again in our video class number 2. Coming at you again, obviously from my home. I got my cat Diana here. Keep us company. She's hanging out. Okay. So today, after you've tuned up from the last video, I assume if you're out of tune, go back and check that video. Make sure that your strings are all in tune. I'm going to lead you through some more warm-ups again today. Okay. So we're going to start with those major scales that we did last time. We're just going to do C first, and then I'm going to go and talk about something else that we do with that major scale. So first, let's play through the C major scale. I want to use these as our 8th notes, so we're going to play it like this with 2 of these beats for 1 note. Okay, C major. Ready? Starts on the open C string, ends on 2nd finger C on the A string. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Great job, C major. Okay, so now I want to play the C major arpeggio from that scale. So to make an arpeggio, I don't know if you remember, but you take the 1st note, the 3rd note, and the 5th note from that scale. So it's a C major scale, so the 1st note is obviously, that's right, C. The 3rd note is, yes, E. And the 5th note, that's right, it's a G. So we have C, E, G. So we're going to play all of the C's, E's, and G's from that scale that we just played. So we're going to do C here, and then we jump straight to E, G, C, E, G, and C. And then we're going to repeat that C and come back down. Okay, cool. Let's try that. And this time, I want to try to do a long bow exercise too. So for every 4 of these beats, I want to play 1 note, as in C, E, G, the whole time. Trying to use the whole bow with every 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that, okay? Let's start together. Here we go. I'm going to give you a 1, 2, 3, 4 count off. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Use the whole bow. And then C. Come back down on C again. Great job! Great. Okay, I want to do that one more time. This time I'm going to go a little bit faster. Let's do 2 beats for every bow. So since we're going to be moving faster, we might not be able to use the whole bow, but let's still use a lot of bow and play this nice and loud, okay? Just like that. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go! Great job! Okay, now we're going to play through Minuet number 3. That's that page that I posted up in homeroom, so you can follow along with the music that I'll be talking about as we go, okay? So we already started this. We played through the whole first half before in class, okay? So I'm going to go through that part pretty quickly, but then the second part is the part that we still have to learn, the part that starts on measure 17 to the end. So that's the section that we haven't played yet. But the first part we have played a few times, so we should be able to get through that pretty quickly, okay? Let's go ahead and play through that first line. Those first 4 bars just like that, okay? I'm going to do that a couple of times for you. It starts on G, and then we're going to go down to C, D, E, F, G. Just like that major scale we just played. G, C, D, E, F, G, C, C. Bowing wise, that's going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, up, like that. Same thing with the next line, okay? So that's... I'm going to go on to the next section. But let's play that first 4 bars together now. Ready? I'm going to give you 3 because remember this is in 3/4, meaning 3 beats per measure and the quarter note gets the beat. So 3 quarter notes per measure. Cool? Here we go. I'm going to give you a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Let's play it just a little bit faster. 1. I'm going to give you 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, go, 2, 3. Awesome. Last time, just the first 4 bars, and then we're going to do the next part. 1, 2, 3, go, 2, 3. Great. Now you're ready for the next part, which I'm sure you remember. We start on F on the D string, and we're going to work our way down the C major scale until we end on D, like that. So we're going to do F, G, F, E, D, E, F, E, D, C, B, C, D, E, C, and then we do that grace note, D, very quickly like that. The bowing pattern here is the same for each measure, where you do down, up, and then the same thing. And for that last one, that grace note, just very quickly release that E into the open D, like that. So the second half, starting on measure 5, starts on F. Just like that. Let's play that section together. So measure 5 through measure 9. Ready? Here we go. F. 1, 2, 3, go, 2, 3. Very good. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's play the first 8 bars, and then we're going to stop and talk about the next 8 measures, okay? Bars, measures, same thing. Sometimes I say bars, sometimes I say measures. We're going to start at the top, at the beginning, and play the first 8 until we get to... And then we're going to regroup and talk about the next part. Ready? I'm going to give you 2 measures up front. 1, 2, 3, go, 2, 3. Wow, you did a great job! And if you feel like you didn't do a good job, then rewind, go back, play it a couple more times. Even if you feel like you did a great job, you still probably should do that. Practice makes perfect after all. And right now, we have time to practice. Finally, time to practice. Okay, so the next part of the first half starts the same way. Same thing. No problem. This all looks normal. And then, instead of going to B right there, we're going to play the first ending and go to D. And then E, D, C, B, C. And then we're going to start the whole first half over again. And that's the first section that we've already played before in class. So let's go over that, the whole thing. Let's do it twice, just like you would do it in the song. Okay? Cool. So we're going to do it at a slower tempo, and then we'll do it at a little bit of a faster tempo. Let's start with da, 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 nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, go, 2, 3. Now we repeat to the top. Now, you may have noticed that I moved to play that last C, B, C with my second finger, first finger, and second finger instead of normally 4, 3, 4. The reason I did that is because if you look ahead to measure 17, we start in the next position at E right here. So, in order for it to make it easier for us to get there, we're going to end the first half right there on second finger. Sorry, it's bright, it's hard to see. Second finger C right there instead of fourth finger. So, let's look at that. The second ending, we're going to go D, E, D, C, B, C. And there's a little bit of a shift there at the end. I'm going to try to move where you can see me better. Maybe right there. Yeah. Okay, so here's D, and then E, D, C, B, C. So I move my hand up. That's the first one. This is the second one. Let's try that a couple of times just to get our hands used to doing that. Like that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right at the second ending. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, now let's talk about the second half of Minuet number 3, starting at measure 17. This is the part that we haven't covered yet, and it's kind of the hardest part of the song, too. But I'm confident that you'll be able to do it. You'll have plenty of time to practice it. So this one's going to start in the second position, because we just ended that second ending with practicing. So we're right there with our second finger on C, right? That's second position already. So all we have to do is put our fourth finger, sorry, my bow's a little loose, on E right there on the A string. So that's the fourth finger in second position where you just ended on C, B, C. So let's start from the second ending, okay? The first second ending where we do D, E, D, C, B, C, but we do like that. So we go. So we're already set up for that second part. So that's going to be right there at measure 17. That's E. And then C with our first finger back in first position. Sorry, still in second position, but like low 1 basically. So that's E, C, D, E, C. That's the first measure at measure 17. That's the first part. Let's play that again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A little slower. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you've got that. Let's move on to the next next part, we're going to start on our second finger right there. We just ended on the first finger. So we're going to start on our second finger and do D, G, and then open A. And that open A is going to give us an opportunity to move back to our first position for a B. And from then on, we're in our first position again. Everything should be pretty easy. So we have E, C, and then we ended on C. So then we're going to go to D, D, G, A, B, G, just like that. Bowing is going to go like that. Okay, so the first two bars of the second half, we have E, D, just like that, okay? And then we're going to start, since we're back in our first position, we're going to start on C with our second finger. Sorry. Ending on G right there. So that's C, A, B, C, G. Okay, and then we have F sharp, E, F sharp, D. So the first four bars of our second half, our new stuff, is so if you need to go back over that, I suggest rewinding, going back over a few of those notes. But I'm going to play that, just those four bars, 3 times, and we're going to try for 3 kind of different tempos. We're going to start off nice and slow, like that, and then we'll get faster as we go, okay? Here we go from measure 17. 1, 2, 3. Great job. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Great. One more time, a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Excellent job! I'd like you to go back and practice over those if you didn't quite get it. You'll have plenty of time to work on that. Let's go on to measure 21 now. So measure 21 is going to be as if we were playing a G major scale going up, starting on D. And then we're going to stop on C and come back down. B, A, B, D, F sharp, G. And notice I'm back in second position right there. So measure 21, again, we're going to start with that scale from D. Stop on C right there. B, A, B, D. Shift into second position. F sharp, G. Like that. So that's... slower right there, slow down just a little bit on that F sharp G before we start the next part. So that's D. One more time, measure 21. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Now let's put it all together. Let's go measure 17 through that measure 22 through 24, okay? Measure 17 through 24. Here we go. From E. 1, 2, 3. Great job. Let's do that one more time for practice. From E. 1, 2, measure 17. 1, 2, 3. just to say one more time, you don't have to be playing this as fast as I am immediately. This video is basically a reference so that you don't have to sit through an hour-long video, but you can go back and listen to each part and practice each part again and again. Okay? So, we just ended on that G in second position. G, and then we're going to go straight over to the G string and do C, B, C. In this part, you'll notice has a piano dynamic marking, so it's pretty quiet. Just like that. That's G, C, B, C in second position. 2, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to go up to A, also in second position. That's the fourth finger on the D string. Just like that. A, C, B, C. So far we have G, C, B, C, A, C, B, C. And now you'll notice that we come back out of second position here. We do G, F sharp, E. So that's your 1, 1 that you see on your music there. G, C, B, C, A, C, B, C, G, F sharp, E. And then we're back in first position for the next part. So let's try that whole section going up into second position from measure 21 where we do that scale. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Shift up right here. Now start on G. A. G, and then 1, 1. Like that, exactly. One more time for measure 21. Then we're going to finish out the second half. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. G, C, A, C, G, F sharp, shift, and then right there we're gonna. This next part is D, C, B, C, D, and then we're gonna go back to that C major scale, but starting on G now. Stopping on F, E, D. So you'll notice that's just what we did at measure 21. But now we're doing it at measure 29. And on a different string. So we do G, A, B, C, D, E, F, E, D. And then the first and second ending, even though they're played a little differently, are E, G, C, B, C. But you'll notice that first ending, we're going to shift back to our second position so we can get ready for a measure 17 again. So let's go from, that's measure 28, from D, C, B, C, right there, that's our new part. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, D, C, B, C, D, now G, up that scale, stop on F, E, D, E, G, C, B, C. Sorry, I did the wrong bowing there at the end. You should be C, B, C. Let's play that again. From that part right there at measure 28. 1, 2, 3. And if we were doing the first ending, we would immediately go back to the 17. But if we're doing the second ending, we just end right there on that C and slow down a little bit at the end. So that's the second half of Minuet number 3. I hope you have the tools that you need to work on the whole song now. I'm going to include a playthrough of this song. I think it's at 100 beats per minute starting now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.